this is a better look of the office. Obviously, let me move this trash can. Yes, it's full of paper. This is Matthew's corner, obviously. That's his gaming setup and everything. We need to get him a new one, but it's going to be a lot of money, so cat in the background, not a ghost. It's okay. We just finished our jewelry. So we are now onto the big of my channel, hopefully for the future. Yes, it's going to be random ramblings, but I would like to focus a bit more on like a tour of my metaphysical life, you know, and just who I am spiritually as a person. My name is Brittany Marie. You know my last name if you saw my last video and could read the cup, but that's not a big deal right now. My name's Brittany. I am a Norse pagan. I am definitely a beginner with witchcraft. I will say that I do not think I am that far in it. I have not been able to work on it for a long time due to lack of energy, lack of motivation, busy at work, all of the above. So that makes me feel guilty, but when I did have time, I did put in some work into my Book of Shadows. Now, technically, I have two. I have this one. It's wood. I bought it because I was drawn to it. Probably because it was extremely interesting, because you don't see a lot of books made of wood. And I have so much room for extra, but I have a little research section that I've started, and I'm just putting in like small things. Like I put in some rune work stuff in this one. So we'll probably start with this one because it has the least amount of stuff in it. Most of this one is in general stickers. And yes, I said stickers. There is this amazing company. Gosh darn it. The stickers are from a company called Moon Street Kits. And as it is in the name, she sells a lot of kits. Well, she had a Book of Shadows kit, and I thought that would be pretty helpful because I know that I do not have a grasp on everything I probably need to know for my Book of Shadows. So the stickers portion of this Book of Shadows gives me a good idea of what I need to look more into in the future. So, of course, I need to change my name in it, but I wrote really, really cute, like my Book of Shadows. And there's moth sticker because I have a moth tattoo. I thought that was cute. So we'll start with this one. Page 1. Well, the first couple pages has questions you can ask your tarot deck. Dream bags, it tells you how to make them. It has crystal identification, so you can look at your crystal that you're holding, look at this identification, and get a basic idea of what it might be. And that is what these look like. I wonder if I turned off the light. I don't want to because it gets really dark, you know, but no, I'm going to keep the light on. These I might not be able to show you because these aren't the matte stickers. She didn't have any left in stock when I bought these Book of Shadow stickers, so might not be able to see the stickers, but I can at least tell you what's in here, and if you come into the live chat, you can ask me to be more specific, read out what it is, or you can comment if you want me to and say, hey, that specific one, like the uses of sun water, what are they? I'll tell you. I can go back to where it is and specify what she states are good uses for sun water. But on these, there's uses for sun water. There's the creativity spell bottle. And that's what's really helpful about this kit that I got sent from her. I bought it. I didn't get it just for free, obviously. But she does put in information you need to know and then helpful tools that you might want later, like a spell bottle for creativity. Well, yeah, you might come up with, oh, I need a spell bottle for creativity. That would be so helpful. What do you need to make it? Well, yeah, you can Google it, but the thing is, it'd be easier if you had it right here. And also, it'd be helpful if you have it right here, and then while looking at it, can also look up what can you use as a substitute for anything you do not have. Because not everybody has seashells or acorns. Certain seasons, you might not have pumpkin seeds. Dried moss. I don't have that. Yeah. Oh, the cat scared me. I just saw movement. And then there's this wonderful one that I actually haven't looked at, but it looks extremely interesting. The elements in relation to each other. Ren, no, those are my tarot cards. You know not to do that. But like that one, it would be interesting to read out because the elements in relation to each other, that's interesting. It has air and fire, fire and air, water with earth, earth with water, just has all of them. And it's just extremely interesting. Coffee magic, yes, that's a thing. You can put magic literally into everything of your life. Lemon syrup, there's some syrups in here. A full moon manifestation guide, a new moon manifestation guide. We have stones for the home. We have what you should put in your bedroom, what you should put in your living room, what you should put in your office to enhance what those rooms are for. Next page. We have a sigil making, which I kind of like that this is the slick kind of sticker because I feel like I could use a dry erase marker on it to help. Because what I've been doing is because I suck at drawing those circles so much, I tend to use a pencil over mine and my other one and then try to roughly sketch it out in the same pattern, and then I add my little details to it. There's tips. That's a good tip. I will read this tip to you because it's a short tip, and it's a good tip. Reading session. Witch tip. Wash your windows and doors with peppermint oil. It helps dislodge stagnant energy and attracts new and positive energy. Sounds like a good tip to me. Then we have hobbies. That's just kind of a little fun thing. She has a little, there's a couple fun things in here. She has morning witch's brew, which is tea made with the 5 elements. We have pink milk ritual tea. I'll be honest, I really hate tea. No offense to tea. I don't like how it tastes. I don't like how any of them taste. So I'm more of the coffee magic person. So that would be me. Teas and their meanings. If you like tea, or a healing spell bottle, that could be helpful. And then we have a whole section of the major arcana for tarot and their meanings. Just quick meanings, of course. I prefer to use a tarot companion book. I have 2 of them. I tend to go back and forth with them and use both sometimes in my readings because I mostly do readings on myself. And because I don't want to look at this and be like, oh, accomplishment, enlightenment, happiness, healing, pleasure. Oh, everything's going to be great. Well, this isn't really giving it in reverse, you know? And those are just some words. I can make anything I want in my head that'll happen using those words, depending on the question. Anything I want. If you're my tip, if you are reading for yourself, you can use a bit of your gut instinct, but also look at the very specific wording from the books of what that card means in whatever position it is in, whether it's upright or reversed. Because in the book that I have, it also sometimes will tell you, like, relationship wise, this is what it means, work wise, this is what it means. And it'll actually tell you, like, hey, this is what it means. It can also be interpreted this way, but this is the most basic generalization of what it means. And so you can take that and be like, okay, because you might see it and be like, oh, everything's fine. And then when you read the book, it's just like, hey, everything's going to be fine, but it will be a shit show for a while. You know, tarot's complicated in my opinion. Rainwater magic. It has days of the week of rain, moon phases for rain, and elemental for rain. I'm just going to ignore that. They were playing in the bathtub. I know it because it sounded like my shampoo bottle. This is why I don't want kids. Yeah, I don't plan on having kids. So if you want to fight, pull up. Moon water, depending on which moon phase you get it from, it tells you what your properties of your moon water are. I generally get full moon water for that it's success, power, it's good for charging items. That's what I like to get. Then it has a mantra, basically, that you can say in here. A cleansing mantra. The cleansing one is, cleanse this space, remove all ill, bless it now, let love and light fill. That's a good one. And then the manifestation one is, as above, so below, to my higher self, I now surrender all control. As within, so without, love will be my eternal mantra, so my constant hymn. As the universe, so the soul. My heartbeat will match the beat of the universe, this being my lifetime goal. May my body become the true embodiment of my soul. This is my affirmation. This will be my greatest manifestation. I'm taking a picture of this page because, like, I never remember this page and it is so useful. I need to start, I need to write that down and, put it up everywhere in my apartment and office. Meditation, they talk about that. Summertime tea. Information again about meditation and everything, just to kind of be like, hey, you're not messing it up. This is what's happening. Visualization, astral projection, the 3 ways to enter the astral plane. But I've never done that before. I'm not good at it. I always end up falling asleep and I don't remember anything until I wake up. Like when I wake up, I don't remember anything. Maybe I'm astral projecting and I just don't remember it, but I feel like I would remember it if I was. You know, I'm suddenly comatose for like 4 hours. I'm a beginner. I haven't practiced it a lot, and I stopped practicing it a couple years ago because I was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if it's for me. How to live like a fairy. Some of these are fun, okay? Just stop. Basically telling you to take a break. Here's another witch tip. When foraging, do not forget to thank for what you took. Thank the gods, the fae, the earth, or whomever you worship, but do not just take. So, thank. I see you walking in here, acting all smooth. Shadow work. Tiny ways you can add witchcraft into your life. Those are good. Some of these are sideways. Candle magic, numerology, basically repeating numbers. That's always a fun one. I always get 666. What's that? Stop, rebalance all aspects of your life. I've been getting 666 a lot. So this is rebalance all aspects of your life. I'm gonna start with housing. And then here is the days of the week, along with some color, it looks like. Then some astrology stuff like the sun, the moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, which, by the way, I thought this was kind of a cute thing. I felt special about it. My Venus is in Taurus and I'm a Taurus. And I was just kind of like, it's neat that my ruling planet and everything is Venus for Taurus. Like Taurus's ruling planet is Venus. And my Venus in my birth chart is in Taurus. I thought that was interesting. I like that. Whatever. It has colors and what they mean and all of that stuff. A lot of stuff in witchcraft is just like, what does it mean? Elder Futhark runes. All the types of water. Like literally so many types of water. There's storm water, moon water, rain water, sun water, lake water, snow water, river water, ocean water, and then other waters. A lot of water. How to make a spell jar. Chants. I'm sorry, I'm seeing things that I haven't checked on in a while, so I'm gonna write them down in a definitely more convenient spot. Maybe even in this one, because if I write it down in this one I'm tabbing. This one I am putting tabs on in certain spots, but it's kind of to separate sections of the book. Like I have a first tab and it says stickers. The second tab says research, which basically means it's what I'm putting into the book. You know? Essential oil blending. I don't really do that much anymore. If I buy essential oils, they're specifically only for my spells because they can be toxic to cats. And I'm not hurting my cats. I don't want to do that. Remembering your dreams sachet, Aphrodite self-love bath. Like she has some good stuff in here. Herbs by intention. So like self-love spell candle. That sounds like something I need. I don't think I have any of that. Wait, no, I have lavender. And I think I have a little jar of seashells. And I do actually, no, those are from the river. I don't think those would count as seashells. Okay. Well, moving on. Florida water. I would honestly prefer to buy my own Florida water, instead of make it. I know it's a lot better to make it and everything, but like I just want to buy it from a reputable store, like online or something. Visualization spell, protection spell jar, which I might, being completely honest, I might do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make one or two of those because I'm not really good with wards, I want to say. I will be one day. But in the new house, I want as much protection as possible. And although Matthew is going to get a gun, I would like other methods too that don't involve me killing someone. So, because also they're loud. That's honestly like my biggest issue with them. Like yeah, don't go around doing mass shootings, but like at the same time, I'm just like, oh, so it's really fucking loud. Like, I would probably have a heart attack if someone broke in and he shot the gun because it's loud. It scares me. Like the noise scares. I don't do well with a lot of loudness, but I'm a loud person. Make it make sense. Just a lot of rituals, spells, crystals and their meanings for beginners, manifestation, prosperity, herbs, the elements just themselves, lots and lots of um, crystals and herbs. And then that is the last of the stickers. Now on to the little bit of research that I have put in here. Some of the stuff that I have put in here is actually similar to the stuff that's already in here. And I started doing that. I started copying, and I was like, no, you're not going to copy your other Book of Shadows into here. This is going to be a second Book of Shadows that you're going to put stuff in here so that you have two resources. One, I think it just looks fancier. Two, sometimes this is in closer reach than this. And there's nothing wrong with having two Books of Shadows. This one technically has everything that this one has because of the stickers. So I see nothing wrong. But this one has sigils, moon phases. I'm going to skip those over because those are technically not research. Those are just copied from my other one. So I have only done one page of research because I am a bad noodle. But that one page of research I was very happy with. I have this new rune book, and the runes are actually cards, which I thought was very interesting. I titled this page Rune Work, and it shows you, depending on your card pool and everything, like you go through like this process of finding your own personal rune. Like what rune is your personal rune? And there's a motto to that rune. That's supposed to basically be like your life motto, your personal motto. Well, I got Othila. It's shaped like that, like kind of like an arrowhead. You can find it anywhere. Actually, I have it down here. It's that rune. That rune? Yeah. The personal motto from that was, all our journeys end with a homecoming. I haven't really thought about that in a long time. Sorry for being quiet. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. And then I looked at it, illustrated a bind rune that I was like, this is perfect. Bind runes aren't all bad. I know the name sounds bad, like bind rune. Sounds like you're binding something and like not letting it go. But like I guess like yeah, you're not letting it go. And so there's a relationship bind rune that uses Wunyo or Wunjo and Gabo. Now that's what this bind rune looks like. I use that bind rune in this household. I will admit it. I use that bind rune in this household. And what's interesting is it is on a dry erase board. It's not permanently stuck anywhere, but we don't touch any runes or sigils that are on the dry erase boards. We refuse to run our hands across it. We refuse to place our hand down on it because we don't want it to even slightly mess up or anything. And we got into some argument the other day. I forgot to take my meds. I was going in and out of episodes. I was just cycling like crazy. I was just not okay. And we were fighting. And I think both of us were having thoughts of, oh God, I don't want this to continue like this. And I noticed the bind rune, like literally like yesterday or the day before, I went over to write something on the board. And I was putting up how many days until move-in, which is, I think, 85 now. So, yay. Can't wait until we're in less than that, like only a couple weeks and not months. But anyways, I was looking and my, it's actually at the beginning of this. I have a sigil out on there too that says protect this home. Both of them were slightly faded, but not faded in like a way that like it was exposed to direct sunlight for a while, but it was faded in a way that someone just went, not smear, but like just put their hand against it. Because it was very like flaked almost, you know, like a handprint or something was on it. And I was like, of course, I jokingly was like, Matthew, don't wipe away my sigils and my bind runes. Like, come on, they're here for a reason. And I have another one that's been spread around, as many have probably seen it in at least the witchcraft community, for protecting your uterus, for uterine rights and all of that stuff. That one's untouched. But protect this home and the relationship one were touched. So I revamped them, obviously, and we've not had an issue since. I've remembered to take my meds. Yeah, I'm sick, but overall I'm okay. And it's just kind of like, we need to get out of this place. Because I don't know exactly what that means. But it definitely isn't comfy. I will tell you that. It probably just meant that we were wavering a little bit, you know, struggling a little bit with our relationship. Some people do, some people don't. We probably did. I have terrible mental health, and that doesn't help it. But it's nice to know that they're working. They are binding us together. And I've been thinking of when we move, doing not a cord cutting ceremony. It's the opposite. You actually take the twine and put the two candles next to each other and wrap them and all of that, and then you burn them. It's to bring you closer together, while a cord cutting ceremony actually forces you two apart. Normally, those are put out by someone who wants nothing to do with the other person, and so they do that, and it's just, it helps a lot. Anyways, for the relationship bind rune, the first rune that it uses is the Wunjo. It looks like the letter P. It looks like just a sharp P. So it means happiness, celebration, harmony, family, fellowship, hope, good luck, inner peace, and one with the universe. Its deity is Frey. Its tree is ash. Its number is 8. Color gold. Plant flax, meaning joy. The next one is Gabo. It looks like an X. Literally, it's an X. It is success, union, happiness, obligation, karma, and inner equilibrium. Its deity is Frigg, tree, ash, animal, ox, number 7, color, blue, plant, pansy, meaning gift. And then I did put my personal rune information in here. Othilla, its multiple meanings, basically, like what it is about is inheritance, property, family, responsibilities, and universal truths. Its deity is Odin, which I was just like, excuse me? Because that was just kind of like very, I thought that if I was going to get a rune and I was going to get a deity, not exactly to work with, but just a deity that is, and when I say related to, I don't mean like by blood or anything like that, but like related to my life in some way. I was thinking more Freya or Frigga or something. I did not expect Odin one bit. But the deity is Odin. I was very surprised by that. The tree is the hawthorn. Animal, salmon. Just an FYI, salmon is so yummy. Number 23, which I turn 23 next year. So I feel like that means next year is going to be special in some way. Or my birthday is going to be special in some way. Like, I feel like it is somehow, you know? I don't know if that's true, but that's just what it feels like. The color is deep yellow, which I like that color, like the darker yellows and stuff, but not the dark yellow that looks like vomit, but like dark yellow. I don't know if that makes sense. The bird is a raven. Duh, Odin. Plant, a daisy. And I was just kind of like, those are cute, but a daisy? Okay. And its meaning is home. And what I find funny about that is that my biggest issue lately has been that I don't feel like I am at home. This big old apartment, yeah, no, it's not as big as my old apartment. I have a lot of space here, like so much space, but it doesn't feel like home. It doesn't. Oh, sorry, cold chill. It feels like a place I am being forced to live and pay for. To the point where I can't even proudly clean this place. I have a resentment towards any chore for this place. I just want to grab a bunch of boxes pack everything up and leave. It doesn't feel like home. The environment's not homey. Like, yeah, Matthew's here, and everyone's just like, oh, the home is where the heart is. And my heart's with Matthew. Yes. But this is not home. It's not. Yeah, we've hung up decorations. All of our shit's everywhere. It doesn't make it home. I feel like this new place that we're going to be moving into will be home. There's something about an almost emptiness in this place that doesn't make it feel like home. And I'm going to say this and it's going to sound stupid. It's not warm. There's no warmth to it. Like, yeah, your AC's on, duh, it's not warm, but like there is no warmth to it. There is no like, oh, family to it. I don't see a future to it. It's just depressing. I can't explain it. It's not home. It is not home. It is not home. It is not home. I cannot wait to move December 1st. I'm just over it. You know? Anyways, moving on. Enough about my depressing life. What I love about this is it's signed by the maker of this, which I thought was special, because he handmade this book April 2018. I've had this book for a long time. Damn. What's interesting is instead of using this type of paper, like this thick, yellowish, brownish paper, he used white for the book. So that's interesting. I thought that was cool. First section, I'm going to call these sections, it's different tabs, but first section is sigils, a how-to, and this is my favorite way of making sigils. The wheel has every letter of the alphabet. You just make it. I like it. Some people don't. Some people prefer these other methods. I do like this method because it's also a wheel, but you have to take all of your letters and make numbers. Girl, I can just write it out, take out all of the vowels and all that crap, and I'll be fine. What I don't understand, though, is this wheel, you have to cross out all the vowels and repeated letters. Repeated letters I understand, but vowels sometimes I don't. Because you have vowels in the wheel. So they're never going to be used. That's just me. I have a full moon schedule in here talking about all of the important information of the full moon at these months. That's from 2020. That is irrelevant now because the full moons are obviously not going to be on the same days. So yeah, the moon phases. You have your dark moon, your new moon, your full moon, your waning moon. Forgot the waxing moon, but that's kind of a mix between the dark moon and the new moon. So you're going to have to love my art here. It's just beautiful. The elements, I thought this was cool. What I would do was I would literally draw lines in pencil and try to erase them the best I can after I wrote everything out. But girl, this is thorough. When I research something, I research something. I think that's pretty good. Signs from candles. This has, if you are burning a candle for a spell or something, it has everything you need to know, also illustrated, just in case you're confused. More. But explodes, container breaks, other dramatic mishap. Never happened to me. Most of these have not really happened to me, but sit on container. Wonder if this is specific just for spells. Because I have soot on a container that I've been burning. And it's been popping. We're going back and looking. Okay, so popping. Communication interference with outside forces. Well, I wasn't trying to contact any. It may carry messages from ancestor spirits. Listen. I have not been listening. Oopsie. Soot on container. I'm pretty sure this is more of like spell work, not like everything, but it's good to know. If it's black soot on the container, negative energy, interference. If it's at the top of the jar, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's at the top. Opposition most likely will overcome. But if it covers the entire jar, your working has been thwarted, and you need to repeat it. Well, yeah, this sounds like it is for spells. So moving on, we're on to our Nordic runes. Yes, I drew every single rune now. Wrote down all of their meanings, upright and reverse. And that's a lot of them. Then I wrote down a basic how to read runes. You read them the opposite way you'd read English. Just a quick go-to, And then I have the Nordic alphabet, specifically Elder Futhark. That's what I like to use if I am writing in a runic alphabet. Elder Futhark. So if you ever see a picture of me with runes written out or anything like that, no, we're not counting my Instagram profile picture. That was made via some type of generator that I had found online that I cannot find again. So this is like legit an alphabet, and I want to get a tattoo of it saying warrior on my spine, like down my spine, like warrior and then a semicolon on the bottom. Anyways, I want to get that. But if you see that, because if I get that, I'm showing people, I'm showing everyone. So if I do that, you'll know, if you can't read it, Elder Futhark. And of course, each one has its meaning, so that's written in there too, since I have to. The Theban script, which is the witch's alphabet. That's interesting. My birth chart. If you want me to read more about what's in my birth chart, ask. I am very willing to talk about the more in-depth stuff. I will try to avoid telling you specific things so you can't do anything dangerous to me. But I will say my rising sign and my sign. My sign is Taurus, which, as everyone knows, it is resistance, stubborn, hardworking, stable, skepticism. The stable part is very questionable. Need medication for that. My rising sign is a Cancer. Dreamy, psychological nature oriented to nostalgia. Sometimes. Highly developed instinct to protect self. Yes. Rich inner life. That one, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what that means, so I don't know. Emotional, loyal, protective, dedicated. Yes. Fearful, anxious, dependent, stubborn. Also yes. And then we have just pages, well, 2 pages, of basically what every single part of my birth chart means. And I took it straight from the meanings given from where I got my birth chart from. I didn't just look up like Saturn and say, oh, well, Saturn means this. I literally got the exact meaning. Like my Saturn says, decreases appetite for material things, caution and wisdom in finances, old friendships not to be traded, carefully select friends. Yeah, no shit. I learned my lesson. And then I have something about spell circles. It tells you the elements, how to set it up, opening the circle, closing the circle, casting the circle, the days of the weeks, what they mean, their deities, shit like that, associations, herbs, energy, planets, their name origin. And yes, Friday's name origin is Frigga, and its planet is Venus. So, do romantic shit on Fridays. Maybe that's why Friday is always seen as date night. But yeah, romantic stuff on Fridays. Go on dates on Fridays. Ask someone out on a Friday. Propose to someone on a Friday. Marry someone on a Friday. Yes, I got married on Tuesday. Let's see if that was that bad of an idea. It's a masculine day. Lilith is one of the deities, so I'm not going to say it was a terrible idea. Colors, red, pink, orange, black, crystals, bloodstone, flint, garnet, ruby, rhodonite. Associations, war, courage, rebellion, success, strength, protection, conflict. I'm still not going to say it was a bad day to get married. I have my terribly drawn wheel of the year. It's not that great, but I can't draw a perfect circle, so that's my fault. And then I have the date of each Sabbath, its themes, imagery, color, and then like just some information about it. So Yule, December 21st. Yes, that is before Christmas. I usually just do like a Yule week whenever I celebrate, but Yule is on the 21st. Imbolc is February 1st. Ostera is March 21st. Beltane is May 1st. Litha is June 21st. Lammas is August 1st. These are approximate dates. They sometimes move like a day or two depending, but, you know, normally these days. Mabon, chest is getting heavy. September 21st. And Samhain is October 31st. That's our next holiday. No. Mabon is our next holiday. My favorite is Samhain. Duh. Who doesn't love New Year's? Candle colors and their meanings. There's a lot of colors. Meditation, information, astral projection, information, grounding information. Meditation and grounding are both extremely important just areas. So if you're starting out, I know it's so late in my book. It's like, but, and there's not that much information about them, but make sure you know at least something about them. Don't do this with none of it. Then I have a little section called tools. like your essential tools, what you want for your altar. I don't think I have all of them, but I have some of them. Your essential tools, an altar, because you need somewhere to do your shit. Pentacle, candles, incense, salt, soil, water. I don't have any soil because I don't trust this complex, so I don't trust their soil. But I could probably get soil from my new house. I feel like a stronger soil would probably be from a graveyard, but I feel like I'd get in trouble for that. And spirits can attach to you if you do that. And you have to go through a very specific process to get cemetery soil. So we're just going to skip over soil for right now. The incense they say that would be good is basil, eucalyptus, frankincense, opium, sage, sandalwood, and lang lang. Some of these I feel like you don't really need. I just got it from a list and I was like, I'll write it all down just in case. But in my opinion, some of it is also optional because I don't use incense in every spell. I don't use soil in every spell. Most of the time, it's just candles and maybe some herbs and crystals. You can improvise spells. Like, it's not bad. It's not a bad idea. Optional tools are your chalice, cauldron, crystals, a bell, a tame, which is kind of like a knife or something, gemstones, wands, broomstick, feathers, book of shadows. I have a chalice, a cauldron, crystals. I have a feather, and then I have my book of shadows. I do not have a wand anymore. It broke in the move to here. Yeah. So I need to buy a new one because I suck at making things. So have my crystals part 1. Yeah, each line of this is a crystal. And then I have herbs part 1. Each of those pink letters is a herb. The best spells for each moon phase. This is fun, okay? So, for your full moon, your best spells are anything to do with love. Anything. My lip gloss is getting like, nah. Okay. Anyways, protecting property and home, adding vigor to life, increasing self-confidence, advancing in career or work, enhancing psychic ability, clairvoyance, general good luck spells, and strengthening friendships and family bonds. So if you're going to do that little cord bonding thing, full moon. Waxing moon. Oh, and if your spell or ritual needs a 7-day candle, but you want to do it on the full moon, here's a trick. You don't just start it on the full moon. You have to start it 7 days before the full moon, so that when it finishes, it's on the full moon and it has the greatest strength when it finishes. You don't start it on the full moon. Just saying. From what I learned, if I'm wrong, comment and say you're wrong, but leave your source. Don't just say you're wrong. Leave your source, please. Because if I'm wrong, I would like to have a source that I can go look at, because then I can go down a rabbit hole and find out what else I might have wrong. Waxing moon, moving forward from depression, getting out of a rut, passing exams or tests, finding lost objects, healing sick animals, finding lost pets, nurturing abundant, healthy gardens, well-being of nature, losing weight. Waning moon, developing inner strength and assertiveness, banishing enemies, stopping arguments, calming anxiety, and getting out of tricky situations. Now, a new moon is good for career changes, moving house swiftly and easily, safe and enjoyable travel, increasing cash flow, better health, ironic, or conceiving. Of course, you can do different spells and everything. You can switch it up. You can do more spells, but those are just some basic ones that are like good during those moon events. I have a summoning angels spell in here. I have never tried it before, so I'm not going to mention it. Candle spells. I prefer candle spells. I am bad. I don't really cast a circle most of the time. I'm bad. Don't pull me. Cast your circles. Spell for spicing up a marriage or long-term relationship. I did that because my relationship was going to shit when I wrote this, and guess what? I didn't do the spell, and guess what? I dumped him in like October of 2020. Anyways, moving on, numerology. You have a personality number, letters of your name added up, then added until single digit. So basically, you have this box up here at the top, and each letter has a number, like A is 1, I is 9. And thankfully, I didn't use my last name for at least the personality one. And I'll tell you mine. I put Brittany Marie. That's my name, because even when I get married, that's still my name. My last name changed, my first and middle didn't. So Brittany Marie, spelled how I spell it, was equal to 69. Of course, Matthew would be in here. He would say, nice. But you add up each letter's individual number. Now you have 69. Then you add the 6 plus the 9. That gets you 15. You add the 1 plus the 5. That gets you 6. You are now at a single digit. You can now tell what your personality is. And then each personality is related to a number that is related to meanings. I will tell you the multiple different personalities. 1 is the teacher. 2 is the nurturer. 3 is the wise one. 4 is the seeker. 5 is the magnet. 6 is the realist. 7 is the visionary. 8 is the prophet. 9 is the analyst. I am a 6. So what does a 6 mean? It's the realist. I am strong-minded and assertive, generous with time and money, unforgiving. Balance and order are very important. I'm also overly opinionated. That is as accurate as I've ever fucking seen one. Like, I would look through these, like, when I first looked at them, and I was like, no, I'm more like this. But looking at it later in life, a couple years later, and seeing that, I'm just like, you don't have to call me out like that. You know? Destiny numbers. You add the digits of your birthday together until you get a single digit. Obviously, don't add the zeros. They're not going to add to anything. Duh. So my birthday added out to be 15. Well, then you add the 1 and 5 together and you get 6 again. Getting a lot of sixes. So there are 1. These don't have names, by the way, but these are your destiny. Obviously, this doesn't change because your birthday doesn't change. But it's 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 9 again. So 6, my destiny. Great communication, straightforward and honest. Innovator and motivator. Politics, community organization leader. Help save planet. Okay. A little confusing, but okay. Now, add up digits of birth and current year until single digit. I did this back in 2020. So I got 6 again. So the meanings, here are the different years. 1, year of discovery. 2, year of enlightenment. 3, year of the realist. 4, year of the wise one. 5, year of the truth seeker. 6, year of the seeker. 7, year of the dreamer. 8, year of empowerment. 9, year of contentment. I was 6. So in 2020, it was my year of the seeker. My candle was pink, because they have candle colors for each of these years, because you can also do a spell on your birthday and you usually, I think, use a candle. But says exercises restraint with opposing views, do well in career if believe in self, good year to move, I move every year, take care of health, do not engage in self-indulgence. Didn't really most of 2020 because I was stuck taking care of my crappy ex. But let's compare it to this year, because this is really easy. There's 3 2s in this year. So that's 6. There's 1 2 in my birth year. That's 8. I am on year 8 of the 9 years, which means I'm in the year of empowerment. Ooh, this sounds hopeful. Candle, gold. Learn from biggest mistakes. Things will work out. I need that. I needed to see that. I really needed to see that. Help someone in need. Animals important. They always are. Love life up and down. We got married this year. We have fights sometimes. Yeah, it's always kind of up and down, but that's because of my bipolar / potential borderline. It's up and down. My life is up and down. But next year will be my 9. So 2024, I will start back over most likely with 1. Most likely. I'd have to do the math, but it's math. So next year will be my year of contentment, which that sounds scary. So let's see how my next year will go. The candle is green. Happiness and joy. Plant seeds for future. Okay. Keep thoughts positive and pure. Okay. Embrace new ideas. Sure. Luck is on your side. That sounds nice. Share time and good fortune for good karma. I can do that. Next year doesn't sound too terrible. Weddings. We've already had our wedding. There is very specific information on here about a pagan wedding. We only took from one part of it. We did the hand fasting ceremony. It had specific colors. Ours didn't have all those colors. We had white ribbon, green and maroon red with a vine-like ribbon through it. I thought it was gorgeous. I loved it. It was perfect. We have a Sweet Dreams spell jar that I actually made for my ex-boyfriend. Yes, he was my guinea pig. He was my guinea pig because he kept having nightmares. Probably because he was such a shitty person. He probably deserved them. But anyways, you cleanse your space and your jar, cast your circle. This was back when I was new and I was just like, I'm going to be as good as possible. Anoint candle with name and intention. So their name. And then I wrote next to that, Sweet Dreams. That's the intention that I put next to it. What I filled the jar up with was lemon balm, oregano, nettle, amethyst, and peridot. I made a sigil for Sweet Dreams, burned it, and then stuffed it into the jar. Because my favorite thing was charging sigils with fire. I loved it. So I would just burn it, even if it was slight. Sometimes I didn't burn them all the way to like nothing. I would burn the edges and then blow it out. But then that would be stuffed into the jar before it would even cool down. And then I would seal the jar and then I would seal it with candle wax. From that candle that I anointed with their name and intention. And then you repeat, I desire sweet dreams for insert name here 9 times. And then you allow the candle to burn until it stops on its own. This will take a while. It's not fun. At this point, I recommend tea lights or quick burning candles. Another thing you can do, if you do not have time to burn until it stops on its own, 1, don't blow it out. Use an actual candle extinguisher, put it over it, take it out. But do not let it stop burning until it has gotten past all of the writing and everything that you have put into the candle. Once it is past that, you can still put it out without affecting your spell. You just cannot put it out before it is past all that. Because if you do, then the spell's probably not going to work. Close circle. My results worked well. No nightmares. Like, when I say nightmares, I mean like he was having consistently every single night nightmares for like over a week. So this worked. He had no nightmares. And then about after a month, he started having nightmares again. So I recharged it in the full moon. A lot of my stuff I actually recharge in a selenite bowl filled with Himalayan salt, like pink salt. But this one I did in the full moon because I thought it needed to be stronger. And I recharged it. I did not put down if it helped again, I guess. Sorry, I'm having issues with my apartment. I have a fertility spell jar. That's the last actual piece of my personal writing in here. The fertility spell jar. I didn't write down how the results. But, and the thing is, not all of these are immediate. They're not immediate, oh, now it's going to work. But she did end up having a second kid. It was roughly, it wasn't too long after that she, not that she got pregnant, but that she became fertile again. Because when I did the fertility spell, she wasn't even ovulating. So I don't want to take credit. Maybe her body just did, but you know, sometimes there just aren't coincidences. But I'm gonna go because I have some matters to take care of. I say that I can't leave my apartment, but there's some stuff that I need to read, talk to my husband about. I need to go start on laundry. I need to feed the cats. I need to feed myself. So, and it's already been over an hour. So those are my books of shadows. I hope you guys enjoyed them. I hope you guys maybe learned something. I hope you guys maybe got interested in something and want to know more. You can do research on your own. You can ask me about it. Either one, that's fine. Maybe another day I can show you my tarot cards, my runes, whatever. But I think I'm going to get off for now, maybe probably for the day. And I'll see you guys next time I'm on. So, bye.